tell me what to say.
Ah, there you are. Welcome to another exciting new episode of Features and Nibs with sbrebrown and
Gourmet pens.
Is
that my new theme song?
Yeah, that's your new theme song. Today we'll be talking about a pen by this brand, and that is Sheaffer. That was very quick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Today we'll be talking about the pen by this.
It's about how fast your brain works, so seems appropriate.
It's Sheaffer.
Sheaffer.
Modern Sheaffer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We should thank Sheaffer for sending us this pen.
Yes, thank you very much, because
We enjoy it.
we do enjoy it.
And it's a very interesting pen that I think a lot of people would like
a
to
lot
see
of people
reviewed.
will, I think so, yeah. I think.
And this pen in question is the Legacy Heritage.
Mm-hmm.
And they come in 4 versions.
And the one we have is tricky, because it is a black with a palladium cap and gold trim.
Yeah.
So, you know, a shorter name would have been cool, but it basically just describes it. That's fine.
What are your first impressions?
First impressions. Well, this is the box. It is
A standard Sheaffer
a
box.
standard Sheaffer box. And although I don't really care about packaging, so I don't like to keep it, it's pretty boring packaging. Sorry, Sheaffer. However, it does come with 2 cartridges. One is black,
And one is blue.
which is kind of cool, because personally I hate black ink, sort of.
And also blue ink.
And also most blue inks.
So basically you hate both inks. But it's nice that you get an option.
It is nice to have the option. So, and you know, your little warranty guide and jazz.
You got your little... And the jazz, you see!
Oh my god.
That's a cartridge, a Sheaffer cartridge, and that's a little pen sleeve. And this is the...
Yeah, no one cares. Okay. So, yeah, you're a doll, but no one cares. They want to see the pen. So, the packaging it's bland, I think. And I don't know if... But on the other hand, I'm like, well, at least it reduces some of the price of the pen, because otherwise if it was fancy packaging, you'd be paying more in the pen. So, what we got is the packaging, which
Did you repeat that last sentence?
No, because I don't know what I said. So I'm not super thrilled about the packaging, but I don't care, because I opened it and I thought the pen was actually quite attractive. I think it is a very Sheaffer-y looking pen, if that makes any sense. Somehow the color scheme seems very Sheaffer to me. And
Sheaffer over the rainbow. Sorry. I'll also show you the nib, because I think the nib is rather special.
Well, that's the next thing.
What makes it special?
Yes. Well, you haven't done your first impressions.
Oh, my first impressions match yours. What makes the pen special?
Well, it's that.
The nib.
Well, it's quite attractive. It's
an inlaid nib, 18 karat gold.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
Also, it's their Legacy Heritage model, which is like their top
Which
pen,
I
right?
think is a little bit inspired by the PFM.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice that they
No, I mean that's
brought it
nothing
back.
wrong with that.
No, yeah, that's kind of a nice thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, why don't you talk about your writing experience?
My writing experience was extremely pleasant.
Also, what nib size we have.
It is a broad nib. It's 18 karat gold. It's a little soft. It yields a bit when you write, and I have had no flow issues with this whatsoever. It writes very well, very nice, consistent ink flow. The broad is definitely a broad. It's always a little hard to see the scale, but if you look at the size of the tipping balls there, you can probably
You just
see.
wanted to say balls.
No, I didn't. Well, I did, but that's hardly the point. So that's very nice. The only time I really made this skip was when I tried to see how much flex I could get out of it.
And it's not advertised or marketed as a semi-flex or flex, so of course.
No.
But you know, by standard testing, we always check the
We check it a
line
bit,
variation.
and you can get some line variation now, which is actually relatively impressive, I think. But then if you really push it, it starts to railroad.
Yep.
And that's it. So I thought it was a very nice, smooth, pleasant writing experience.
Yeah, we inked it straight out of the box.
Yeah.
And it wrote instantly. I hate inking. It wrote instantly. I find it really nice. It's a very interesting looking nib, I think. And
yes.
Yeah. And there's a lot of tipping on there.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, I know, I'm just really observing it now. It's very juicy.
Would you say you like large balls?
It smells like it's burning.
It's probably my brain. Go
I
on.
rather love large balls on the ends of things, like tines, for example. It's juicy, and I really enjoyed writing with it.
Yeah.
Because
Very pleasant.
the ink that comes out is such a nice lubricant for the nib. This is just
You like
getting
lubricated
worse.
balls, basically.
That it makes a very lovely,
Flag is inappropriate. Zip.
a lovely nib to write with. So I found it very pleasant to use in terms of the writing experience, and also for me, this size is really nice. It's not too thin. I mean, I can use thin pens too, but in terms of ideal comfort, this was really nice.
What I liked, if I may intervene there for just 1 second, is that
Sorry, guys.
I'm not really certain. I think that the pen barrel is plastic, but at the end seems to be a brass thing in it. Yeah, I smell something too. Maybe it's the cat that's on my lap. In any case, there seems to be a brass thing at the end, making the end of the barrel rather top heavy, but when you write with it, that makes for a really nice weight, just where I want to have it, making for a very nice and balanced pen. That also means that when you post it, it gets very heavy.
Yes.
But unposted,
but
for
it's
me,
a nice length,
big enough.
Unposted.
Yes, it's a nice length, and that's nice girth too, and that makes for a very pleasant writing experience.
Just a pleasant experience all around.
We may lose our PG status here. In any case, what do you love about
Something is
it?
definitely burning, y'all. So if we disappear, it's because everything is burnt down. What do I love about it?
I'm just checking. We have the light set up here, and but the wall is actually completely cool, so it's not the wall that's burning.
I actually really enjoyed this nib. The most recent Sheaffer I used was actually a Sheaffer Prelude with a steel nib, and of course a steel versus an 18 karat gold nib. That we could argue about that forever, but it was also a broad. But I was very pleasantly surprised by this nib. It was so smooth, and it was really pleasant, wet, just a lovely writer, nice and soft. So I really enjoyed the writing experience. I also think it looks pretty cool. I've never been too sure about inlaid nibs, but this is kind of nifty.
And it's been around for a long time, right? This vintage, Sheaffer used to do this quite a while back.
Yeah.
And it's very cool that they're bringing it back, because I think these are really unique nib designs that really look cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted thinking about the burning smell. It's really nice, and it's very comfortable. So
That's what you love about it?
Well, yeah, I find it very comfortable. But to me, I can get by with almost any pen. I don't really notice if my hand is tired or if my hand is hurting or whatever. But if a pen is particularly comfortable, I'll notice that instantly. And that's how this one feels. So that's a nice thing.
That is a nice thing.
Also, nothing sharp.
No.
The nib is completely seamless into the section. This is very smooth. It's really quite lovely.
The one thing I will say, I love pretty much everything you love. As I said, I like that brass end here. One thing I want to add that I really like is this the clip that let me focus here. Sorry, there we go. The clip is spring loaded, which I always love because that makes it super easy to operate. Now the final thing I will say that I may not like so much is that it is definitely possible, because it's a somewhat thick section with that inlaid nib, that you get a bit of ink down here. So not at the writing end, but at this end right here. It's not a whole lot, but it can be a few drops, and then you can end up with ink in your fingers. Now it's not that it gushes ink out there, it's not that there is a leak. That is something that I've experienced can happen occasionally, especially if you shake it around a bit. You can also say that happens with pretty much any fountain pen that you shake around a bit. So I don't know if it's because the nib is inlaid.
And it just serves as a channel to travel up it.
Yeah, but somehow I've noticed that.
What do you hate? Was that what you hate?
That's what I hate. What do you hate?
Okay, well, to be honest, the only thing I really hate would be discussing about whether I would buy it or not. So why don't
would you buy it or not?
Well, the thing is, it retails at
435 euros. That's about $545 at the time we knew this in November 2014.
And yeah, so although I thoroughly enjoyed it,
Almost $550 is a lot of money.
it's a lot of money, and it's a converter, which is, you know, it's not like converters are like the horrible thing,
No, it
most
works.
horrible thing, but
But a PFM was not a converter for the pen.
so, I mean, it's a well done converter, but
Yeah, the converter is a converter. It
converter
would
is a
be nice.
converter.
It would be nice, I think, if you could just drop it.
and because it is a very wet writer, it does go through ink quite
Yeah,
fast.
definitely.
So I think what I dislike is that choice of price point. Granted, it is an 18 karat gold nib, but
True.
still, I still feel like it's a little too high, and so I would not buy it. If I got one used, I would.
Yep.
So if I could get it at a used price, then yeah.
Same here. At this price, I would not buy it. It's definitely a nice pen. It will definitely serve you well, converter or not. The writing writing performance, if this one is representative, which I assume it is very nice.
That's not
very
to say
impressive.
if you don't like Sheaffer, and if you like fine, medium, broad nibs, that you shouldn't get it.
No.
It's just that it doesn't.
That's our opinion.
Yeah, it doesn't float my boat so much that I would be willing to spend that much.
Now the big question is.
But the big question
Is.
Yeah.
Is it, or is it not, serious nibbage?
Yeah. All right. You're insane. Despite the fact that I wouldn't buy it, I was still very impressed with its performance and its comfort and its build quality.
Yeah.
So I still think it's serious nibbage.
I agree. For me, quite simply, disregarding price, filling mechanism, finish of the pen, etc., the nib itself, serious nibbage. If a broad nib has no baby's bottoms these days and it writes straight out of the box, I think that's a very good thing. Unfortunately, we don't see that in every high-end pen. So very impressive, very smooth, tines are well aligned, little bit of spring to it, little bit of softness.
Yeah.
Very pleasant.
Yes. So thank you again to Sheaffer for making it possible for us to review this, and hopefully you guys will have enjoyed this.
If you did, hit the like button.
Wow. If you didn't, I don't know how you have gotten this far in this video.
And go away.
So if you didn't like it, you could just bye. Right?
We hope this was useful.
Yeah.
And
we'll see you later.
Probably.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. You want to be a show cat? Give me a show cat.
I love you.
What did you say?